Hello and welcome to 360 Sports on Trust TV. I am Emmanuel Fashimi. We'll be looking at some stories on the show this morning, and we'll begin from the particular story. It's tagged the Nigerian Olympics. It's our own Olympic Games in the country, Nigeria, where the 2024 National Sports Festival dealt another postponement blow. This sports festival was supposed to go on this year, but because of one or two reasons, some logistics reason, and outside that, where we now have the National Sports Commission, it was postponed to next year, and now to March of 2025. But this time around, just yesterday, another postponement. This time around will be happened to the National Sports Festival. We will now have the festival by May 2025. So it's a whole lot going on with the new Director General, that is the new chairman of NSC, that is a National Sports Commission, Alhaji Shehu Diko, trying to put everything in order for us to have a very befitting and special National Sports Festival. Already we know we are going to be having the National Sports Festival back to back in 2025. Enugu will be hosting it in 2025, and by May of 2025, we'll be having the Ogun 2024 National Sports Festival. It was supposed to go down in Ogun State. That is the venue of this year's National Sports Festival, but it has been postponed to May of 2025, and we will now have that of Enugu also in 2025. So it's going to be a very busy 2025 for Nigerian sports, both locally and internationally. We are going to be having all Nigerian sporting team, sportsmen and sportswomen, boys and girls, athletes, administrators. All of them will be busy all through the year 2025. So it's a good one and a commendable one. And we love what Alhaji Shehu Diko is doing, who just gone into the office, but we've seen the signs of good things to come for the national sports, for our sports in Nigeria. Definitely he has been putting things in place to see that we get back to our glory days when it comes to sports in Nigeria, and then for us to take our place on the continent and on the global map, that is the world map, where we'll be seeing Nigerian sportsmen and women doing so well in their various outing, in their various events when it comes to sports activities. So for the National Sports Festival 2024, it will now go down in 2025 May. Precisely, we will be having that particular competition, our own mini Olympics in Nigeria in 2025. We'll still come back to that story. Let's move on quickly and go straight to the FIFA ranking. Just on Monday, we know that the FIFA released its ranking for the end of the year, and Nigeria and Super Eagles end 2024 in 44th place in the latest FIFA ranking. Despite starting the year 2024 very strongly, Nigeria and that's the Super Eagles of Nigeria end the year as the 5th best team on the continent of Africa, and then standing 44th in the world ranking. Nigeria, before the latest ranking, we moved up to the 28th position in the world after the Super Eagles, after we got to the African Cup of Nations final in Ivory Coast. But after that, we had to drop 16 places from the 28th. We dropped 16 places. But the three-time African champions will still maintain their position. That is in November, with a total number of 1,482 points. Now the Eagles dropped from 36th in the world, and now we are now 44th in the latest ranking, and which we will be ending the year on that particular position. So for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, it's a good one. We saw what the interim coach is doing with the team. That is Austin Cerezo Ugwevon, who has been doing so well with the Super Eagles of Nigeria, making sure we have the best of outings. And already the Super Eagles have qualified for the Next Nations Cup Now we're now left to battle it out with the likes of Amavubis of Rwanda, the Screwers of Benin Republic, and the Cheetahs of Benin Republic, and then also the Amavubis and Lesotho, the Crocodiles of Lesotho, are battling it out for the 2026 FIFA World Cup that will happen in 3 countries: Canada, Mexico, and the USA. So we are looking forward to the Super Eagles. They just have 4 points after 4 games. They lost. They have just 3 points, not 4 points. After 4 games, 3 draws, 1 loss to the Super Eagles in the World Cup qualifier. So the Super Eagles of Nigeria will be hoping to start the year 2025 on a very strong note. The qualifiers will resume back in March of 2025 for the World Cup. And the Super Eagles, they've been talking tough. Everyone believes that the Super Eagles will definitely qualify for the World Cup. Yes, someone once said it's a tall order for the Super Eagles, but if all hands will be on deck, probably we will be seeing the Super Eagles play in the 2026 World Cup in Mexico, Canada, and the USA. But ending the year on the 44th position in the world ranking, and then the 5th best team on the continent of Africa, it's not a bad one. Well, the likes of Morocco, Senegal, Egypt are ahead of Nigeria in that pecking order as the best team in the continent. For Morocco, they are ranked 14th position in the world. 14th position. We know what they did at the last World Cup in Qatar. They were the first African team to get to the semi-finals of a FIFA World Cup. We had the likes of Nigeria getting to the second round in USA 94, but we were knocked out after penalty shootout with Italy. Remember Roberto Di Baggio in that particular one. Then Austin Ogwevon was part of that team in 1994. Rashidi Yekini and co. Nigeria did so well. We shook the world at that particular World Cup. And after the World Cup, Nigeria was ranked the 5th best team in the world during the World Cup rankings, and that is the highest an African team has ever gone in the world ranking. So Nigeria still holds that record as the only African team to be ranked 1 to 5 in the FIFA ranking. So we still have something to hold and to cheer on. For the 44th position in the world, not a bad one at all. Like I said, we don't have a coach yet, and a lot of persons have been calling from different angles that Austin Cerezo Ogwevon, he's the technical director of the Nigerian Football Federation. He should leave that position and concentrate with the Super Eagles, probably get it right when it comes to selection of team and bringing in the team to play so well in the qualifiers they will be engaging in. So we are looking forward to the Super Eagles moving up the ladder in the FIFA ranking. So it's a good one for us that we are ending the year on the 44th position in the FIFA ranking, and we look forward to getting it right in our subsequent outing. All right, let's leave Super Eagles. We will still come back to that quickly. Let's look at this particular story. Now, it is the 2024 Wafubi Under-17 Girls Final. Yes, the Flamingos of Nigeria started the competition on a very strong note by beating Niger Republic very well. And this time around, they will be playing against the young ladies of Ghana in the final. So we're looking forward to see that the girls do so well at the FIFA Wafubi Under-17 Girls Tournament ongoing in Ghana. They will be playing against the host country. They qualified to the semi-final without even kicking the ball. That is when, after Ghana defeating Ivory Coast in the other second game. at the tournament. Like I said, the Nigerian under-17 girls started the tournament on a very strong note by beating Niger Republic by beating them 9 goals to nothing in that particular event competition in their match they won at the tournament. They defeated the Nigerians by 9 goals to nothing, and after that they qualified for the semi-final and they defeated the same opponent by 2 goals to nothing just in their semi-final game, and those goals were scored in the second half of the game. And or the other game between that is Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire, Ghana excelled in the other game and setting up this particular final against the Nigerian guests. That final will be coming up on Sunday at the same center where they defeated Niger Republic. And we are looking forward. It's going to be a busy Sunday for Nigerian national team. The Chan Eagles will also be having their hands full against the Black Galaxies of Ghana on that particular day. So the game between Nigeria and Ghana, that is the under-17 girls now, will happen at Ghana Center of Excellence in Pram Pram. That is the venue of that particular final come on Sunday. The Black Galaxies will be battling it out with the home base Super Eagles B in the other game. That is for the Chan Nations Cup qualifiers, while Nigerian under-17 girls will also have their hands full against the young girls of Ghana. So it's going to be a double header for a different national team against the Ghanaian. And someone say this time around we are still going, who is going to test who has the better rice, Ghana jollof or Nigerian jollof. It is the battle. They say when two elephants fight, the grass suffers. So on Sunday, the grass at Pram Pram will be suffering from the boots of the Flamingos of Nigeria, while the Chan Eagles also will be engaging. That is that game will happen at the Accra City Stadium between the Black Galaxies of Nigeria and Super Eagles home base B. That is Super Eagles B, where we are going to be having our hands full. It's a time for Nigeria to revenge, because this same team, this same Ghana, stopped us from qualifying for the same tournament, the last edition. So we are looking forward to see the Super Eagles team B getting their own pound of flesh by revenging this particular with this particular game. The return leg will happen here in Nigeria, and that game will happen at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium. So it's a back-to-back fixture for Nigeria. The first leg, like I said, will happen this Sunday. The second leg will be next weekend at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium in New York. So let's say kudos and congratulations ahead to our various national teams, the Flamingos and the Super Eagles Team B, who will be engaging the Ghanaians on Sunday. Let's quickly look at the CAF Awards. Yes, we are still looking at the CAF Awards because it's been a fantastic 2024 for Nigerian football for the Super Eagles. Yes, we know that African king in football now comes from Nigeria. He's a Super Eagles winger, Ademola Lookman. A lot of praises and thumbs up has been coming in commendation from different sportsmen and women and from different sports sector. This time around, we are going to look at one exceptional player, a master dribbler, they call him, a master of the round ladder game himself, JJ Austin Okocha. He says, Lookman, not just African best, but exceptional. And what does he mean? There are other criteria, there are other things that have been, conditions that have been looked at before you can be named African Footballer of the Year. And he said that Ademola Lookman has all of these criteria, has everything to be named the African Footballer of the Year, that he actually deserves it. If you look at your character on the pitch and off the pitch, how do you relate with your teammates? What do you do when you are on the pitch? What is your contribution to your national team and the club you've played for? So all of these criteria were put together, and on Monday it was actually an intense one, because rumors were flying, unconfirmed rumors were flying around that Achraf Hakimi of Morocco and PSG will scoop this award ahead of Ademola Lookman. So all hands were on deck. A lot of prayers and what have you was ongoing. A lot of publicity, media publicity was ongoing in Nigeria, outside the continent. Eventually, after that, because like I said, it was actually an intense CAF Awards in Marrakech, Morocco. At the end of the day, Ademola Lookman was named the African best men's footballer. So African best player is our own Ademola Lookman, an Atalanta of Italy, that is Italian Serie A winger. And we are happy that Ademola Lookman scooped this award. So Okocha also adding his voice to the number of voices that has come in for Ademola Lookman, that has thrown their support and their weight behind this fantastic winger. We saw how instrumental he was to Super Eagles' success at the Africa Cup of Nations in Cote d'Ivoire, and also he was so fantastic for Atalanta in Europe last season. He has also started this season just the way he left it last season, and we saw what he did for Atlanta in the Europa League final against another team, Bayer Leverkusen, that has another Super Eagles striker, that is Victor Boniface. He single-handedly gave Atlanta the trophy in that Europa Cup final, where he scored a hat-trick, becoming the first African to do so, scoring a hat-trick in European club competitions final. So Ademola Lookman deserves all the praises, deserves all the accolades, deserves all the commendations, and what have you. You can find another adjective that suits this man. You can see him on your screen. He was so fantastic last season. Like I said, he has also started this season the way he left it last season, and we are happy that Nigeria winning the African Footballer of the Year back to back. Victor Osimhen was the winner in 2023, and now we have Ademola Lookman winning it in 2024. So congratulations to Ademola Lookman, and congratulations to the Super Falcons of Nigeria winning the best women's team on the continent. And then also we had a couple of other nominations, which we did it, like Stanley Nwabali was nominated for the best goalkeeper, but he lost that gong to Ron Williams of South Africa. So well, Nigeria came back with the African best men's player and also the best women's national team on the continent of Africa. Someone once said on this show that Nigeria will come back with multiple awards, not empty-handed, and eventually that was what happened on Monday at the CAF Awards in Morocco. All right, let's leave the continent of Africa and quickly go straight to Europe. Right now, we will look at the EFL Cup semi-finals draw. We have the semi-finals draw. That is for the English Football League, the Carabao Cup, or the Carling Cup, you call it. The draws were conducted immediately after that game between Manchester United and Tottenham Hotspur. So the semi-final draw, Liverpool will be at Anfield Liverpool, that game will be played at the Wembley Stadium. Liverpool will welcome Tottenham Hotspur, while Arsenal battle Newcastle United. These are the four teams. For Manchester United, they lost to Tottenham Hotspur at White Hart Lane. That game 4-3 ended. Goalkeeper Vicario giving Manchester United a lifeline after he made mess of about two chances, giving Manchester United a chance to come into that game. Ahmed getting one of those goals, and Zexi also getting on the score sheet before Johnny Evans late deep into the regulation time, to the added time. Johnny Evans getting the third goal, and it is what it is for Manchester United. They lost that game, but for Tottenham Hotspur, they will have their hands full again and slot. And Liverpool are the defending champions of the Carabao Cup. They won it last season. Let's see if Arsenal are going to win a trophy this season, where they will have they will going to engage Newcastle United. All right, there were games in the UEFA Conference League last night. Chelsea, the Blue Boys, continue to cruise, continue to do well in the UEFA Conference League this season. They've not lost any game, and someone say Chelsea is too big for this tournament. But let's quickly run over the results of games that were played last night. We have Apoel against Astana, ending on a 1-1 draw. Broka Banja Luka and Omonia Nicosia also played a draw, but a goalless draw. Cluj defeated the New Saints of Wales 3-2 in that game. Select Brugge against Istanbul Basaksehir ended on 1-1 affairs. Chelsea hammered Shamrock Rovers. This is their first defeat of the season of the competition. That is Shamrock Rovers from Northern Ireland. They lost to Chelsea 5-1 in that game, and that game happened at Stamford Bridge. Dutch Garden against Liga Warsaw, it was 3-1. Hearts and Petro Club played the 2-2 draw. Hiddenheim also played 1-1 draw with St. Gallen. Bialystok against Olimpija, it was also a goalless draw. Lan against Gent, it was 1-0 in favor of Lan against Gent. Let's go to the second side of it quickly and see the remaining result. We have Lax and Vikong Reykjavik played a 1-1 draw. Lugano and Paphos also playing a 2-2 draw in that game. Molde defeated Mda Boleslava 4-3. Panathinaikos of Greece hammered Dynamo Minsk 4-0. Rapid Vienna and Copenhagen ended 3-0 in favor of Rapid. Real Betis beat HJK 1-0. TSC against Noah, it was 4-3. That is in a 7-goal thriller. And Victoria Guimarães and Fiorentina, last season finalists, played a 1-1 draw. That is for Fiorentina. So it was a good one in the UEFA Conference League last night for teams like Chelsea, Panathinaikos and co, who did so well. TSC winning their games. But we had a lot of draws in the Conference League game last night. All right, there was one cup game in Europe, and that was the Italia Coppa last 16 game. The Italia Coppa, where Inter Milan beat at San Siro, beat Udinese 2-0. That is Maduka Okoye, the goalkeeper of Udinese, Super Eagles second choice goalkeeper, continued to be on the sidelines for his team. Ever since he went for that wrist operation, his team has lost 3 games in all competition back to back. All right, before we go away from the show this morning, let's quickly look at this story. This time around is tennis, where Jack Draper, British #1, is out of season opening event. We know that the Australian Open would start from the January 12th of 2025, but there are some games, there are some competition like the Brisbane International and co. But for Jack Draper, he will not be part of any of the season opening event where he will want to recuperate. We also have the event for the end of the year, that is 30th December, but he will not be part of it until he will just want to keep fit and see how he can recuperate for the big one, the first Grand Slam of the year, that is Australian Open 2025. It's going to start 12th of January 2025. All right, that is where we'll be leaving it on the show this morning. 360 Sports. Thanks for watching. I've been your host, Emmanuel Fashimi.